My journey as a nurse began in 2012 when I started nursing school. I was working full-time as a nursing assistant on a post-op medical surgical unit and was also a full-time nursing student. This was a difficult time, but I enjoyed every minute and was learning so many things. I graduated nursing school in 2014 and then the real adventure started. I started my career as an RN on the same unit I had been working as a nursing assistant. I was so thankful to be a baby nurse in the place I was already familiar with, but better yet, I was surrounded by amazing nurses I had worked with for 2 years prior and already considered them family. They nurtured me and taught me so many things. My first day I was so nervous and it felt so surreal to be there in my black nursing scrubs rather than my blue CNA scrubs. I had a 3-month orientation and learned and absorbed so much during that time. I developed my own routine and my own organizational system to get through my day. I feel that during those months I grew a little from baby nurse to toddler nurse. I worked on the unit for a little over a year as a nurse. I grew from the timid, nervous little baby nurse to a more confident and knowledgeable nurse. I knew the ins and outs of the unit. People could come to me with questions and I could give them answers instead of having to seek answers myself. I felt more comfortable talking with doctors and I was even trusted to take on the responsibility of charge nurse. I was so proud of myself. I have always been very goal oriented and one of my goals I had set out for myself was to obtain a position in an intensive care unit. There were some positions available. I applied, got a call for an interview, and was sure I blew it. But miraculously, I got the job. I was so excited for this next step in my journey, but I was also sad to leave the unit where I had learned so much and made such great connections with my coworkers. My first day on the unit felt very familiar. During report with my preceptor, it felt like the nurses were speaking in another language. I basically just sat there and listened for anything I was familiar with. Assessing these sick patients, hearing unfamiliar beeps and alarms, reading the names of unfamiliar medications on our MAR, and having a feeling of I have no idea what's going on took me back to my first day working as a nurse. I had grown on my other unit, but starting my position in the ICU took me right back to feeling like a baby nurse. Again, I worked with the best, most knowledgeable, caring, nurturing nurses through my orientation time, and again, I grew and learned. I've been on this unit for a year and 8 months now. I can see a dramatic difference in myself again like I did on my other unit. It took a little longer this time, but each day I am gaining more confidence. I'm learning to trust my instincts. I am more in tune to slight changes in my sick patients that could indicate actual big changes, and I'm able to answer questions people have rather than seeking the answers myself. But I still do a lot of that as well. In my 3 years as a nurse, I have grown, matured, learned, helped, cared, laughed, cried, and a number of other things. I'm very happy with where my journey has taken me so far. Starting my BSN is a big step and I'm ready for it. I'm excited to see where it can take me. I'm excited to learn more and see what opportunities present themselves from taking this next step. I hope to become more knowledgeable, competent, and prepared. I hope that I can become more like the nurses who have helped me get to where I am today.